Welcome back everyone for another episode of Card Anthology. In this episode of the series, we'll be exploring the expansion that came after the large set of this block known as Onslaught. This set was the first small set of this block and would be followed up by the set known as Scourge. So, let's take a step back in time and explore the expansion that continued this new block and storyline. The expansion simply known as Legions. Legions was released on February 3rd of the year 2003 and was the 28th expansion set of the Magic the Gathering franchise. The design and development team working on this project were Mike Elliott, Michael Denai, William Jockish, Elaine Chase, and Worth Wolpert. Jeremy Crawford and Dana Knutson would be the art directors of this set. The Legions expansion set contained 145 total cards, which were broken down into 55 commons, 45 uncommons, and 45 rares. One extra common and one extra rare card were added in comparison to previously printed small sets. This set was also known as the Creatures Only set. Legions was sold in 15 card booster packs with the printed artworks of Riptide Mangler, Phage the Untouchable, and Scion of Darkness, was released with a novel of the same name, and the pre-release card of the set was a foil Feral Throwback, which is a green 3/3 beast with Amplify 2 and Provoke for a cost of 6 total mana. There are also 4 pre-constructed decks, with none of the decks consisting of the color red. The pre-constructed decks were the Mono Green Elvish Rage deck, the Mono Black Zombies Unleashed deck, the White and Blue Morph Mayhem deck, and the Bant Colored Slivers Shivers deck. The theme of Tribal would continue on the small expansion set. The only addition that was added to the set was the creature type known as the Slivers. Slivers were first seen in the Tempest set, and up until this point in the MTG timeline was last seen in the expansion known as Stronghold. Mechanically, Legions featured 5 mechanics. The first mechanic was Amplify, which was an ability that triggered when a creature entered the battlefield. It allows the controller of a creature with this ability to reveal creature cards from their hand that shares a creature type with it in order to add a number of +1/+1 counters proportional to the number of creatures shown this way. Cards that carried this ability in this expansion were cards like Lowering Rogan and Daru Stinger. Morph Triggers was an ability that was activated when a creature was turned face up from its morph position. This was more or less to help fill the gap of this creature only set by having these triggers emulate non-creature spells. Cards that had morph triggers were cards such as Bloodstoke Howler and Defender of the Order. Other mechanics were the Saboteurs, which are creature cards that has an ability that triggers when the creature deals damage to a player, while Provoke was a brand new mechanic that allowed a creature to untap a defending player's creature and force it to block. Scion of Darkness was your Saboteur card, with the creature Krosan Varine being your Provoke keyworded card. The last mechanic was the ability Double Strike, which was an ability created by Wayne Allward during the You Make the Card promotion. While the idea was originally rejected, it was later adopted by the Wizards research and development team. Double Strike allows a creature to not only deal regular damage, but also first strike as well. Creature cards such as Ridgetop Raptor and Rockshard Elemental had the Double Strike ability. The storyline of Legions continues the adventure of Kamal, who tries to have an alliance with the Cabal in order to defeat the Angel of Chroma. The character Ixidor has been killed off, but Chroma intends on destroying Phage the Untouchable, formerly Jessica, and also known as Kamal's sister. While that is going on, the Slivers are reintroduced as clones via the Riptide Project. Near the end of the story, Chroma, Phage, and another character, Zagorka, end up merging with each other to become the powerful avatar known as Corona. There were 6 total cycles in the Legions expansion. The first cycle was the Gem Palm Cyclers, which were cards that had cycling and a tribal cycling triggered ability. The Gem Palm Cyclers were the white colored Gem Palm Avenger, the blue colored Gem Palm Sorcerer, the black colored Gem Palm Polluter, the red colored Gem Palm Incinerator, and the green colored Gem Palm Strider. The next cycle were the Invokers, which were common level mutant creatures with a powerful 8 mana ability and would later inspire a cycle of similar creatures in the expansion known as Rise of the Eldrazi. The Invokers were the blue colored Glintwing Invoker, the black colored Smoke Spew Invoker, the red colored Flame Wave Invoker, the green colored Stonewood Invoker, and the white colored Starlight Invoker. The Muses were rare spirit creatures with a powerful, unusual ability. The Muses were the black colored Graveborn Muse, the red colored Lavaborn Muse, the green colored Seedborn Muse, the white colored Windborn Muse, and the blue colored Dreamborn Muse. The last 3 cycles were all the rarity versions of the Slivers. All Slivers conferred an ability to other Slivers. You had the common level Slivers, which were 1/1 creatures and consisted of the red colored Hunter Sliver, the green colored Quick Sliver, the white colored Plated Sliver, the blue colored Mistform Sliver, and the black colored Crypt Sliver. The uncommon Slivers were 2/2 creatures and consisted of the green colored Root Sliver, the white colored Ward Sliver, the blue colored Shifting Sliver, the black colored Spectral Sliver, and the red colored Blade Sliver. The last cycle was the rare Slivers, which were 3/3 creatures and consisted of the white colored Essence Sliver, the blue colored Synapse Sliver, the black colored Toxin Sliver, the red colored Magma Sliver, and the green colored Brood Sliver. As far as other categories go, Legions had 1 true reprint, 3 functional reprints, and 2 strictly better cards. The true reprint was the creature White Knight, which is a white 2/2 Knight creature that had protection from black, first strike, and was first printed in limited edition alpha and last seen in 5th edition. The 3 functional reprints were Fugitive Wizard, which acted the same as Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, Keen-Eye Aven, which functioned as the Urza Soccer card Pendrel Drake, and Merchant of Secrets, which functioned the same as the Portal 3 Kingdoms card Council of Advisors. The strictly better cards were previously mentioned in the cycles and were Gempalm Strider and Stonewood Invoker. These cards were better prints than the Legends creature Barbary Apes and the Ice Age card Balduvian Bears. There are a few notable cards that came out of the Legions expansion. The first notable card was Mistform Ultimus, which was a 3/3 legendary illusion creature that cost a total of 4 mana and has the feature of being every creature type. This would later be printed in the set Time Spiral and would be the card that influenced the channeling mechanic in the Lorwyn expansion. The next card was Timberwatch Elf, which is a green 1/2 elf creature that costs 3 total mana. The ability of Timberwatch Elf is to tap in order to get plus X power and toughness until the end of turn, where X is the number of elves in play. This card is essentially a staple in both casual and competitive tribal elves deck in multiple formats. Phage the Untouchable was a 4/4 black legendary creature that has multiple effects including Death Touch. If you cast this card in other ways than from your hand, you lose the game. But if this card deals damage to an opponent, that player loses the game. Unfortunately, she did not see much standard tournament play and has been dubbed by many players as Phage the Unplayable. Krosan Cloudscraper was a 13/13 Mutant Beast creature that costs 10 total mana, has the Morph ability, and must be sacrificed at the beginning of your upkeep unless you pay 2 green mana. This was considered the largest tournament legal non-token creature in Magic the Gathering until the expansion Rise of the Eldrazi in 2010 with the printing of Embercooled the Aeons Torn. The token creature Merit Lage to this day still has the highest power and toughness and was released in the Cold Snap expansion. The previously mentioned reprint, White Knight, was a white 2/2 Knight creature, first printed in limited edition alpha set that costs 2 white mana, has first strike and protection from black. This card was heavily used in the mono white weenie decks during this time period. Caller of the Claw was a 2/2 green elf creature that has flash and the enter the battlefield trigger of putting a 2/2 green bear creature for each non-token creature put into your graveyard this turn. It was typically a sideboard against the board wipe Wrath of God and was an alternate win condition for World Gorger decks. Goblin Goon was a red 6/6 goblin mutant creature that cost a total of 4 mana and could not attack or block unless you had more creatures on the battlefield than your opponent. This was considered an essential add-in for mono red decks at the time, which specializes in spawning small creatures rapidly and playing burn spells to hit a player or their creatures. The last notable card was a Chroma Angel of Wrath, which was a white legendary angel creature that cost 8 total mana with the abilities of Flying, First Strike, Trample, Haste, Vigilant, along with the protection from the colors of black and red. A Chroma would end up seeing a decent amount of tournament play and would end up being one of the most powerful angel creatures in all of Magic the Gathering. A sealed booster box of Legions is worth around $225. So that is all we have for this episode of Card Anthology. If you enjoyed watching the episode, please leave a like and drop a comment to talk more about the set. Make sure you also subscribe to our channel for more episodes such as this one. Check out our sponsor 5 Color Combo and take a look at their new Kickstarter. Their Kickstarter is a card game called EnfuTown Bumbers and are close to being funded to project completion. Go ahead and check out the project and also download the 5 Color Combo app today. If you missed our previous episode of the Onslaught set, be sure to check that out by clicking on the link in the video description. Our next episode will be over the last expansion of the block called Scourge, so be on the lookout for that episode soon. That is all I have for this video everyone, Coach over here, and I will see you all next time.